Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Today's topic is extremely important for anyone living in the US as an immigrant, whether you're on a visa, waiting for your green card, or planning to apply soon. The USCIS and DHS have just launched a brand new immigration blacklist, and it's effective immediately. Now, before you panic or scroll away, let's take a deep breath and talk about what this actually means. This new system isn't just some rumor floating around online. It's an official move by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services (USCIS) and the Department of Homeland Security (DHS). According to recent updates, it's designed to identify and flag individuals who have certain red flags in their immigration history, applications, or even online behavior. And yes, it could affect visa renewals, green card approvals, or even future applications. So, what kinds of things are being watched? From what we know so far, it includes inconsistencies in your paperwork, suspicious travel patterns, and even potential fraud indicators. In some cases, people might end up on this list without even realizing it, just because of a small mistake, a missing document, or something that looks off in their record. That's why this news is such a big deal. But don't worry, this video isn't about fear. It's about clarity. I'll break everything down in simple, everyday language, so you'll understand exactly who this blacklist affects, how it works, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself. Whether you're here on a student visa, work permit, or you've been waiting years for permanent residency, you deserve to know the facts. So stick around until the end, because this information could make a real difference for you or someone you care about. And if you find this video helpful or eye-opening, please take a second to hit that like button. It really helps this channel reach more immigrants who need to stay informed and protected. Let's get started, because this new immigration blacklist from USCIS and DHS is already creating a wave of confusion, worry, and in some cases, real fear among immigrants across the United States. And honestly, I completely get it. Whenever we hear words like blacklist and immigration in the same sentence, it's hard not to feel a bit anxious. But my goal in this video is to help you understand what's really going on, without the panic, without the rumors, and without the legal jargon that usually makes everything sound 10 times scarier than it really is. So, what is this blacklist, and why is it such a big deal? From everything that's come out so far, this new measure is part of a broader DHS effort to tighten how they screen applications, track compliance, and identify patterns of fraud or misuse within the immigration system. Basically, they're saying they want to make sure that people who are abusing the process or submitting false information are flagged faster. Now, on paper, that sounds fair, right? I mean, nobody wants the system to be abused. But here's where things get tricky. The way these systems are set up, even a small mistake, a misunderstanding, or an innocent inconsistency can sometimes trigger red flags that shouldn't be there. Let's say you submitted a green card application a few months ago, and you accidentally mixed up a date or left out a middle name that appears on a previous visa form. Maybe you listed your job title slightly differently this time because your role changed. To a computer system, that might look like inconsistent information. And since this new blacklist involves more digital screening, data matching, and even artificial intelligence, there's a chance that small details like that could raise suspicion automatically. What's even more frustrating is that you might not even know you've been flagged until something in your process gets delayed, denied, or suddenly transferred for additional review. Now, that doesn't mean everyone's at risk, but it does mean that USCIS and DHS are trying to build a kind of watch list of applicants who, in their view, might need closer monitoring or investigation. They've described it as a preventive measure, meaning they want to catch potential fraud early. However, as with any system that tries to automate complex human cases, mistakes are possible. And when mistakes happen in immigration, they're not small. They can delay years of progress, affect your work permit renewal, or even interrupt your path to permanent residency. So, if you're an immigrant watching this, the most important thing to remember is this: information is your best protection. The people who end up most vulnerable in these situations are the ones who don't know what's going on, who ignore warning signs, or who rely on outdated information floating around in Facebook groups or WhatsApp chats. Staying informed gives you power. It helps you notice early if something feels off with your case, if your processing time suddenly stalls, or if you get an unusual request for additional documents. And that's why I wanted to make this video today, not to scare you, but to keep you one step ahead, because I know how stressful it can feel dealing with immigration paperwork. You double check everything, you triple check it, and still, there's that constant fear in the back of your mind. What if I miss something? What if they think I made a mistake? What if they deny me for something small? You're not alone in feeling that way. Every single immigrant I've talked to shares that same nervousness, especially when new policies like this one suddenly drop without much explanation. Now, from what's being reported, the blacklist could include people flagged for things like incomplete documentation, inconsistent information between applications, or suspected fraud. But here's the part many people are missing. It's not just about your current application. DHS reportedly plans to cross-check older records, travel histories, and even digital footprints. That means if there's something in your immigration history that doesn't quite line up, even from years ago, it could show up now. Again, that doesn't automatically mean punishment or deportation. It means extra scrutiny, more questions, slower processing, maybe a request for evidence. But when your life plans depend on immigration status, even a delay feels like a crisis, right? And I think that's what makes this so emotionally heavy for a lot of immigrants. It's not just about paperwork, it's about people's lives. People who've built families here, started businesses, paid taxes, and built dreams in this country. People who just want stability. That's why I always say, never ignore official notices, never let mail from USCIS sit unopened, and never assume something will fix itself. This is the time to be proactive. If you think there's any chance your record might have inconsistencies, even small ones, talk to a qualified immigration lawyer. It's so much better to catch and clarify issues early than to wait until you're already flagged. And I also want to say this, don't fall for the social media noise. I've already seen posts claiming that everyone with a visa is being tracked, or that DHS is banning people from certain countries. That's not true. The system is focused on application accuracy and security checks, not nationality bans. But misinformation spreads fast, and fear spreads even faster. So, let's make a deal right now. If you hear something online that sounds alarming, don't panic. Check credible sources. Follow official USCIS updates. And if you want me to keep breaking down topics like this in plain, everyday language, go ahead and tap that like button. It really helps me bring these updates to more people who need them. Now, let's talk about what you can actually do going forward. First, start keeping digital copies of all your immigration paperwork, every application, receipt, and approval notice. If something ever comes up, you'll have proof ready to show consistency. Second, make sure your personal information, name spellings, addresses, job history, matches across all documents. Sometimes even small mismatches can create unnecessary confusion. And finally, stay updated. Immigration rules can change overnight. And as we're seeing right now, DHS isn't slowing down. Another big thing I want to mention, this new blacklist system isn't designed just for individuals. It's also targeting certain employers, sponsors, and agencies that might be submitting fraudulent applications on behalf of others. That's a good thing in some ways, because there are shady agents and fake document providers out there who take advantage of people desperate to stay or work legally. So, if you've ever felt unsure about someone helping you with your forms, now's the time to double-check their credibility. Always make sure your applications are filed honestly, directly, and with full transparency. The truth is, most immigrants are hardworking, honest people who just want to build a better future. You follow the rules, you pay your fees, you wait patiently for your turn, and sometimes the system still feels unfair. I see that frustration in the comments all the time. That's why we need to talk about things like this openly. Because once you understand what's happening, you can take control of your own situation. You can make smarter choices. You can correct mistakes early, and you can stop feeling like you're in the dark. And I want to remind you of something really important. Being flagged or questioned doesn't make you a criminal. It doesn't erase your hard work or your right to fair treatment. It just means the system is getting stricter, and we need to adapt. Don't let fear or uncertainty make you hide. Instead, stay confident, stay informed, and keep moving forward. Because at the end of the day, the dream you came here for is still worth it. So, if you've watched this far, I want to say thank you, seriously. It means you care about your future, and that's something to be proud of. And if this video helped you understand things a little better, please hit that like button. It really helps more immigrants find this kind of information. You can also subscribe if you want updates every time something big happens with USCIS or DHS. Because trust me, there's a lot more coming. All right, let's wrap this up. The new immigration blacklist may sound intimidating, but knowledge is power. The more you know, the less you have to fear. Stay calm, stay smart, and take things one step at a time. You've come this far. Don't let new policies shake your confidence. I'm here to keep you informed every step of the way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.